Hey there. So you're thinking about making a move here to Salt Lake City, but you are a little bit on the fence and you want to know exactly what you should expect before making the move here to the Beehive state. Well, you're in luck. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you some of the essential tips of things that you should know before making the move here to Salt Lake City. And we're going to hop into it right now. Mariah Curla here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if this is your very first time here. I'm a licensed and active real estate agent here in Utah, and this channel is literally everything you need to know about eating, working, playing, sleeping, and living here in Utah. If that is of interest to you, consider subscribing down below and make sure you tap that bell for notifications so you are notified every week we drop a new video. We hear from people like you all the time who are looking to make a move, who are looking to relocate, buy or sell a property here in Utah, and we absolutely love it. So if you're thinking about making a move in a week, in a month, or even a year from now, feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. My team and I would love to connect with you. Also, if you do want a copy of our free Moving to Utah guide, comment the word down below, guide, G-U-I-D-E, and we'd love to send that over to you. So you're thinking about making a move here to the Beehive state, and you really want to know kind of just some of the process. Number one, reach out to us. Reach out to us. This is one of the most important things. People, when they start looking, they're like, Mariah, we've watched all of your videos and we love this particular area, or we're thinking more about this area. That is exactly what you should be doing. So honestly, watching a lot of these videos and then reach out to us. Let us know some of the different things that you are specifically looking for. I just recently had a family that is looking at relocating here from Colorado. And they're like, we know Utah and Colorado, like there's some definite similarities. And this is kind of what we're looking for. And they just listed off all the different things that they were specifically looking for in, school districts, in terms of coffee shops, in terms of just all the little things that they're looking for specifically for their family. So number one, reach out to us. Number two, I always say, make a trip, plan a trip out here to Utah, out to Salt Lake. And it's really helpful if you do it a couple of times before you actually make a move here and see some of the different seasons. I know some people come out here and they absolutely fall in love with winter, and they're like, we just love the ski, we love doing all that stuff. And then they come out here in the summer and they're like, oh, we thought winter was like going to be our favorite season here. Turns out we love summer or fall or whatever it is. Here in Utah, you are going to get the 4 seasons. And that's, some people love that. Some people don't love that. Recently, I was in California and it felt like, we were on vacation land again. But it was cold. Like, one of the things that I was actually really surprised of when we went back there, I was like, oh, you know what? It was actually really cold. And kids were like, okay, we need jackets. We need, all this stuff. And so we started pulling. One of the kids was like, it actually feels colder than Utah. So sometimes it is so important that you make the trip out during, different times of the year. I actually had a client relocate out of state from Utah to another state, and they actually purchased a house without ever even going to the state or looking. And when they got to the actual house that they already had an offer on, and I had said like, hey, you know what? If I were you, I would just go walk it, there's a lot that we can do in terms of like a virtual walkthrough. I do virtual walkthroughs for clients all the time, but actually being in the house, in the neighborhood, in the area is going to tell you so much. So my clients were like, oh, we walked through the house and it smelled like this, and this kind of like the boards were creaky, and it looked like there were multiple coats of paint in, that had been on the house. And so those are some of the things that a picture is not going to be able to share with you. So I highly, highly recommend, number one, reach out. Number two, come plan your visit. You might be a year out. You might be 6 months out. You might be 3 months out. But before you dedicate all this time and energy and effort thinking about like moving here, plan the trip, come on out, see if it's still a good fit. kind of going along with planning your trip is just knowing a little bit more about the city and knowing a little bit more about the seasons. A lot of people that come here, they're like, oh, I didn't realize that sometimes it still snows in April or May or every once in a while, even in the beginning of June. And so sometimes that winter and the snow lasts a little bit longer than some people would like. Other people are thrilled with it. The next thing, not only knowing about the weather, coming on out, checking it out, reach out to us, let us know what you're looking for. The next thing is the job market, the job opportunities. If I've got a lot of clients that have been relocating that are like, hey, you know what? I can work remotely. I've had a lot of physicians that have reached out that are like, hey, you know what? I'm actually going to be working at this specific hospital. Or I've had other clients that are saying, you know, I have my own business. I'm looking at transferring. Doing those different things and restarting things. So in terms of your job, figure out if you are working remotely, then you probably have, you've got more options. If you know specifically that you are going to be working in that certain location, I always say look within 10, 15, 20-minute radius of that area that you're going to be, working in, just so that you won't have as long of a commute. If the commute really doesn't bother you, great, that's fine. Knowing what you like and all of that. Job market, job opportunities, I would, highly figure that one out. And then moving right on, education has been a big one. Many clients that reach out to me are like, you know what? Schools are important. Education's important. I've got kids these ages. Where would be, a good fit for my kids? Oftentimes, they'll say, hey, I'm interested in this, or my family's interested in this, and our job is located here. Where would you recommend? So we can kind of start with the job of where it is and then kind of look schools and all of that around. I've got clients too. Sometimes they're like, hey, you know what? My job, I actually have to travel a lot. So I need to be close to the airport. Or I am a professor and I'm working at this specific university. And so looking for housing in and around that. Something, speaking of housing as well, housing costs have gone up here in Utah significantly, significantly. In fact, reports show just recently I was reading that Utah is the third most expensive place to purchase a house right now. So for some people, the housing costs are pushing them out. Just know that even some of the videos that I have shot even a year and a half ago, the housing prices have still increased, which for some people, they're like, hey, you know what? I'm actually, I'm an investor and I'm looking at, different investments. And like I said, the housing prices have just continued to increase. So knowing about the housing, also about the schools, the weather for sure. And next up is the outdoor lifestyle. So many people here in Utah live a very active lifestyle, whether they're mountain biking or hiking or skiing or, paddle boarding or playing soccer, all of those different things. Utah is a very active state. So if you are into the outdoors, it will probably be a fantastic fit for you. I know my family and I, we actually love the different seasons because each season brings a new outdoor activity, whether it's, the hiking or the boating or the paddle boarding or the skiing or snowshoeing or, all of those different things. There are so many different outdoor activities here. And a lot of times clients will reach out and they'll say, you know what, Mariah, I want to be close to the mountains. I want to be close. Luckily, here in the Salt Lake area, there are so many trails and things that are right at your fingertips. So if you're okay to drive 10 minutes or 15 minutes or 5 minutes or 2 minutes, there's hiking trails right behind me here where I'm shooting this video, but lots in the way of outdoor activities. So hopefully this gives you a brief snapshot if you are thinking about some of the essential things. Number one, reach out to us. Let us know what you're looking for. We can help direct you to what you are looking for. Number two, plan a trip out here, whether it's winter, spring, summer, fall, or multiple times. Plan a trip out here. Get an idea of what it's all about so that you can either have the green light. I've got a family that's coming out this summer that's staying for, over a month, just so that they can get a good feel of like, yeah, you know what? We do want to move cross country or we don't want to move cross country. It'll give you a much, much better sense. And then figuring out that job situation, whether you're working remotely, whether you're, wherever it is. And then we can look at the housing situation in and around wherever it is that you are looking. schools, education, outdoor recreation, the four seasons. We really have it all here in Utah. Again, if you are thinking about making a move, relocating here to Utah, my team and I help people like you all the time, and we absolutely love it. And if you do want a copy of our free Moving to Utah guide, comment the word down below, guide, Guide, and we would be happy to send that over to you. Wishing you a fantastic rest of your day and week, and we'll talk to you later. Take care. Have a great one. Bye.